Killer Mike, why you gotta be so fake? This video is brought to you by Quest Microsystems. Quest Microsystems, I'm an advisor with Quest Microsystems. I'm a spokesperson with Quest Microsystems. It's a publicly traded company. And pretty much in a nutshell, Quest Microsystems has developed a low energy cartridge, giving you a non-lethal option at home. And also, I think this is gonna dominate in law enforcement. Just so you know, just for your information, the inventor of the low energy cartridge actually invented the pepper ball, invented simunition rounds, and also we just purchased Arwen. So if you know anything about military policing, you know for a fact that this is a pretty significant acquisition, and it's going to come in handgun, shotgun, rifle, give you an option in non-lethal situations for you to have a defense. So you want to check out Quest Microsystems. The link is in the description section. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you download the podcast on all podcasting platforms. This video is going to shock you. Y'all know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, I don't understand why leaders in the black community have to be so disingenuous. Killer Mike evades a truthful question, an honest question about the rise in crime in the inner city. Listen to what he had to say, and then we're going to talk about it. Roll the film.
And everyone here in LA, we're really worried about this rising crime rate.
Yeah.
What do you think the reason is that crime is so bad right now?
I mean, we know people don't have jobs. We're in the middle of a worldwide plague, and generally we just haven't done a good job of making sure our young people have trade skills and things of that nature. But if we could fix it, you know, we all could use the next 5 years to improve, you know, education. We also do use the next 5 years to improve the homeless population in terms of make sure people.
Now, I think that some of what he's saying makes no sense, but I agree with him until this part.
Have housing.
Yeah.
And, you know, idle hands are devil's playground. We got a lot of people just out on the streets right now.
Totally. Is it anything to do with like the bail and bond rules here, or nothing to do with that?
I'm not going to argue that point.
Right.
All right, I don't want to argue that point. I don't want to talk about that. This is why I think that people are disingenuous. I don't understand why Killer Mike is like this. I thought Killer Mike was a person who was informed. One thing that I realized growing up and being an adult, I used to idolize these people and think that they were so intelligent and they had all of it figured out. And then as becoming a man, I realized that these people don't have nothing figured out. These people are no more intelligent than a random person standing on the side of the street. I just had an argument with David Banner, Killer Mike, T.I., all these people that sound super woke and smart, and we know what's going on. It makes no sense in reality. It makes no sense. That's why people like me exist. You can chew and walk and chew gum at the same time. You can walk and chew gum at the same time. You don't have to pick a side, man. But Killer Mike has picked a side. There is no personal responsibility in the statement that he made. And there's no law enforcement responsibility in the statement he made. People are looting Louis Vuitton because they don't have jobs and opportunities. They pull up in a car. They run in there with masks on. No, it's called opportunistic. It's the fact that the laws in California are not strict like in other states. That's why they looting Louis Vuitton and Gucci and going into these high-end Neiman Marcus. They going into these high-end places stealing because they're opportunistic. These people don't even live in these areas. A lot of these people don't even live probably in the hood. It's called an opportunity. And they know if they get caught with something under $1,000, they're not going to get prosecuted. You have other rappers that have come out that I think are a little more genuine about it, that have come out and said, nah, it's too dangerous out here, man. We don't know what, it's dangerous. Like it ain't a place to be. They running up on people at their house. They robbing people for money at restaurants. This has nothing to do with, well, we need to get resources. People that want resources get resources. And the individuals that benefit from resources aren't the ones on the street right now thugging. That's just my opinion based on my experience. I've never met a guy that I've known growing up, family member, whatever, who sold drugs, and they wouldn't have sold drugs if they had the proper resources and they learned a trade. Drug dealing is a trade. It's illegal, but it's a trade. You got to have skill to drug deal and be successful. You have to learn time management. You got to learn how to connect with people. You got to learn how to market. You got to learn you need to know math, accounting. There's a whole bunch of skills that are associated with drug dealing. And you're going to tell me that somehow because you didn't learn a trade that you're going to sell drugs. That's not the case. That's not true. And I never met a person that was selling drugs just to get by. Never. I've never met a person like that. People are selling drugs to make money. They want to make money. They want to make a lot of money. They want to have the minimum exposure to paying taxes and responsibility as they can. I don't know why Killer Mike and these other guys are just acting like this is this foolery. I think some young people may need resources. Fathers in their house could be a resource. Male mentorship could be a resource. But to act like these people are out here just committing crimes because they're just a lack of resources. Bro, you gotta, it's cultural, it's the way you're raised, it's opportunity. All of those things meet in a crescendo effect, and that's why we see the crime being as pertinent as it is. And the fact that they've been bashing police officers, crying about demonetizing police officers, and now you don't have an adequate police force that can do anything. There's no way they're going to track these people down. No way. And then when they track them down, the bail reform system says you don't even have to make bail. These people don't even live in California. Some of these people are traveling from other states, pulling up in California, robbing them blind, and then they're going to go back to their home state, and they don't live in California. They never go back. They're never going to track them, and if they did track them and they say, hey, you can make bail, no cash bail, then you can just skip town and never show up again. And if you have a warrant in California and you live in Texas, you live in Arizona, you live in Oregon, you live in Washington, you live in New York, they will not extradite, which means that you have a warrant there, but they're not going to make you show up to court. It's not a felony crime. But Killer Mike and some of these other people are just enthralled with trying to make excuses for poor behavior, trying to make excuses for a lack of accountability, and it bothers me. And we wonder why we're so lost. I listen. You talk to a young man, they listen to these guys that have no understanding about reality, biased in my opinion, and have no understanding about the effects of law enforcement. It's just crazy to me. Anyway, let me know what you think about it. Comment in the comment section. Hit me up on the Connect on my website to let me know what you think about this video. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Download the podcast on all podcasting networks. I love you guys. I appreciate you. See you on the next one. I'm out.